Hi, my people. Welcome back to episode 2 of Web3 Series. We are learning Web3 ecosystem from scratch. So from episode 1, we learned about what Web3 is and why we should care. Web3 is the new internet or the new technology coming, or it's in already, right? So we are learning about it and go from there. When you talk about Web3, you can't mention, if you mention Web3, it follows blockchain, cryptocurrency, and all that. So that's what you are exploring on this series. You are learning everything Web3, blockchain, crypto, and all that, and you are starting from the basics, right? Pardon me, my laptop is here, so I'm going to go through the slides as we did for episode 1, and we get started. Today, just a recap from last week. Last week we learned about what Web3 is, and Web3 is the new technology after Web2. And when we talk of Web2, we are talking about the most popular social medias we know, like Google, what's the name, social Instagram, and all that are Web2 phase. And when we talk about Web3, it's more decentralized. There's no one particular person owning the platform or ecosystem. So that's Web3. So that's what we learned about last week. And now today in this episode, we are learning about blockchain. And as the name sound, block and chain. So what is blockchain? You're going to get into what blockchain is and how it works, and for you to get the scope of how, when I say with Web3, there's more security and more ownership, you get to understand what it is. So let's get into it, right? Okay, so first and foremost, what is blockchain? Okay, so I do this with my in-person audience. So to my online audience, please just imagine a record book, right? Imagine you just say, like, when you go into maybe a hotel or like a space or like a corporate space where there's a notebook where you write your sign in and sign out on the note. Pardon me, I'm a bit rough, but we keep going, we have to deliver, right? So sorry. Imagine a notebook. Let's just take a notebook where when we enter a corporate space or we enter a restaurant, not a restaurant, a hotel, something like a sign out note, right? And every page, it represents a day record, right? Every page represents a day record, and it's like the next page is always like that. So now a blockchain is the whole book, right? And each page is a block. And you see the book is chained, like the book is connected with something. So now each block is connected with a chain. That's how simple you should understand it. And this time around, whatever you write in the notes, whatever you put on the block, which is like whatever I write on the page, right? So when I say page, is a block. When I say notebook, is the whole blockchain, right? So whatever you write on the page, block, you can't erase it, you can't edit it, it's there. If you have put if you wrote A or you placed A on the block, it's going to forever be A, and also have your credentials that you put the A there. That's blockchain. For this, you should know that, like, you should understand the transparency we are talking about, the decentralized thing we are talking about, that nobody owns it. It's still going to register as you own it or you place it on the blockchain. And also, let's say a network of people can see what you've put there, right? So that's it's a blockchain ecosystem. Everybody on that network can see what you place on the blockchain, but can't edit it, and will know that it's yours, right? So maybe if they see it and they like it, they have to request it from you, and you can say, oh, okay, I'm actually selling it, so for you to get is pay this amount, and then you do the transactions and you get the money. And doing that transactions, the money and all that is cryptocurrency. I hope I haven't confused you. So that's what blockchain is about. It's not something technical. The technical part is when you are building smart contracts and all those things. We will get into it. We won't build, we just learn the surface, so that when we find ourselves in some places and they ask us, do you know what Web3 is? Do you know what blockchain is? Do you know what smart contract is? You can't explain, right? So let's get into the next slide. So the next slide is, how does it work? I think at this point I have explained how it works, but let's just take the bullet points. So blockchain is a digital record book where every page, which is block, holds information, right? And pages or blocks are connected in order, forming a chain. Like, I don't know, I think I have been able to explain it to a layman or to you for you to understand what blockchain is about. It's nothing hard, right? So everyone agrees on the system update through a system called sensor. So as I said earlier, the Web3 is running on decentralized things, that there's no one particular person ordering things around, right? So we get to change something when everybody on that same network or that sensors agrees. Also, that's what the last point is talking about. And to do that, there are two people involved, the miners and the validators, right? So that's proof of work. People or the miners solve puzzles to form transactions, and then the validators are selected based on the coin they own. So kind of like someone has to prove that, okay, let's change this, and like someone has to work that, okay, let's change it into this form, and some people also will be like, oh yeah, let's do that as well. So that's what all this is about. So you realize that it's like majority, or like there's a voting something, and so kind of like we are moving from the authoritative internet to what's the name called, democracy, right? But this time around, the democracy, we are the people are the ones running things. It's not like government whereby we are going to get the MPs and all that. It's the people who are working with the act are the ones working with like running things on the blockchain, right? So I think I haven't read in any article, but for what I have heard so far, governments even in Africa, like the governments in some African countries are trying to find a way to be able to capture their ecosystem into their, like, they want to find a way to, I don't know how to put it, to centralize it, whilst we are pushing for decentralization. So they want to find a way so that when they are doing their policies and all that, so like policymakers around this sector are like cashing out big. So if you are a lawyer, I think you should read about it and all that, right? So that's how it works. That's how blockchain works. When you put whatever you put on the blockchain, it stays there, and whoever comes to see it knows that it's for you and requests for it. So the next thing we talk about is application of blockchain. What do we use blockchain for? Like, you can't talk about blockchain without talking about cryptocurrency. As I mentioned, if you put something on the blockchain space or ecosystem or network, blockchain network, and the blockchain there are different Web3 ecosystem, Web3 platforms. So all those platforms have their own blockchain, right? So I don't know how to put it, but like, you've heard of Binance, and when you go on Binance, you see different types of platforms, you see different types of coins. So that's how it is. So it's not like it's one big one, but it's kind of like the sky, whereby we have different types of stars. Do you know that the sun is a star? So like different types of stars in the sky. So that's how the blockchain ecosystem or the Web3 ecosystem is. So the blockchain, every platform has its own blockchain or something like that, right? So cryptocurrency is one way we apply blockchain, and it gives us secure and transparent digital currency transactions. As I mentioned from episode 1, like with the agriculture supply thing, that you can actually deliver your goods before the person pays, or someone can pay you before you deliver the goods, and then when the person receives it, before you get the physical cash. All this is done on the blockchain space, because if you put it there, no one can access it. Security is very tight, and So, but someone will ask, so how come people are scamming people? Well, people are scamming people because some people are greedy. When they tell you that, oh, bring maybe 100 and you cash out 10,000 and you do it, like, it doesn't really make sense, right? It takes time for you to make much investment from your cryptocurrency. So be careful, learn more, right? So we have the supply chain, where you real-time tracking of goods and reducing fraud. I mentioned that earlier. Digital identity, secure and tamper-proof identity management. So sometimes you can be an artist who may be a digital artist, so you draw digitally, and you can actually upload your art on a blockchain, secure it, and if someone wants it before the person can request for it, right? I think those are called NFTs, right? Non-fundable transactions. I really don't know. We'll get into that, but I just don't want to confuse you. But like, that's one is there. So digital identity. And I think currently whatever I'm doing now, since we don't trust the social media, like TikTok being banned and all that, I think whatever I'm doing here, I can actually find a way to put it on the blockchain that I am a Web3 content creator, and all the videos I'm doing, I put it there and everybody knows that it's mine and no one can come for it, or whoever wants it, or any company that wants my information, like my videos or my teaching videos, will come through me. I will charge you before you pay. I think it will be good. I'll ask my boys if they could help me do that, because we are all protecting our intellectuals and our act or our work, right? So we have transparency in government, fight corruption, and enhance public trust. Sometimes, do you know some people actually live on corruption? If they don't involve themselves in corruption, they feel that they can't live like their normal lives, because it feels like there are people coming up with policies that is disrupting the decentralization thing, or like transparency in government. Like, we could use blockchain for our voting and it will be smooth, no no fraud going on, or less fraud going on, let me see. But people don't want it that way. There's transparency. And then financial inclusion, we've heard of fintech and all that, and cryptocurrency infusing it and all that is going to be amazing. So we could use blockchain in various sectors, like a lot of sectors. So in the Web3 ecosystem right now, there's a push for people bringing out products that's going to solve environmental problem. There is let me just give a shout out. There is a platform called Soccerzem, whereby you can actually you can you can bet on there and get some real coins that you can change into like Bitcoin or something like that. I don't know much, but you just have the explore. And if you come up with such ideas, innovative ideas, there are people in the Web3 ecosystem that is going to push you, support you, and fund you, and then bring that business to life, right? So that's like the application of blockchain. So let's just wrap up. I think we are taking it slowly. We don't want to rush it. I don't want to overburden you, and I also don't want to overburden myself to rush things. So far what we've learned so far from episode 1 and episode 2, we've learned about what Web3 is, why we should care about it, and also we've learned about blockchain, which is like the way we save on the Web3 space, right? So Web3 is a technology that is an advanced technology after Web2, which is decentralized. That means that it's not owned by one particular person. There's a network of people that run things on the Web3 space, right? And we have the blockchain under the Web3 space, which is used to store information, credentials, whatever, and no one can tamper with it. And there is transparency and security. So whatever you put there is yours. So that's what we've gotten so far. And I hope I haven't confused you, and I hope you got the vivid idea of what the Web3 and blockchain is all about, why cryptocurrency is moving, and or how cryptocurrency is moving and all. So if someone says blockchain or cryptocurrency is scam, please refer the person here and so that she gets the idea that no, it's not a scam. So crypto is growing. Like the more people join a space, the more value is added, right? So the more people are joining a space, the more value is added. So that's how come you hear that like some coin is growing, coins are growing and all those things. So if they are growing, you just have to invest and wait for a while. You don't wait for, if I say a while, I'm not talking about 30 minutes or one day. Like it takes a process. Even traders take a while for them to make money. So do not think if you think of quick making money quick here, that's how people are going to scam you, because they know that thing you don't, and you are greedy for more money. That's how they scam you. So please beware, and I hope I haven't confused you, and I hope you understand what we are going, like where we are going. And thank you so much for watching. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, I had some questions previously and I hope I answered them well from episode 1. If you have any questions on Web3, drop it in the comment section. I would take if I can't answer it myself, I'll take it to my boys. They will answer it for you. Right, thank you so much for watching. And you know what we do here? Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell that other friend that Miss Miliana has dropped another video on Web3 series, and today she's talking about blockchain in the basic way, or in the basics, like you will understand what blockchain is after watching Miss Miliana. Just tell that friend that way. You watching me, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment down below, and tap on the notification bell to be notified when any video drops. I drop videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Thank you so much for watching, and it's bye for now.